Welcome back to another episode of ADP TV from Fantasy Alarm. I'm Howard Bender. We're smack dab in the middle of training camp. Preseason games are underway, and public perception is driving players up and down draft boards as we speak. You should also be staying in tune with all the NFL news and injuries we're reporting over at fantasyalarm.com because that's going to affect draft boards as well. So if you've got your fantasy football draft still to come, and I'm sure many of you do, let's take a look at some of those players who are rising and falling with a little 3 up, 3 down. We begin with the ADP risers, and it starts with Minnesota Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold. The injury to J.J. McCarthy was a brutal one, and his surgery for his meniscus turned into a season ender, which puts Sam Darnold on the draft boards even more, even if you're only talking about a third quarterback in a super flex league. He was always expected to open the season as the starting quarterback for the Vikings, so now he doesn't have some rookie breathing down his neck. Once TJ Hawkinson and Jordan Addison are back at full health, this could be an explosive passing attack, especially led by Justin Jefferson. So take a look at Sam Darnold. He could be a very serviceable and underrated quarterback climbing up draft boards. Number 2 is Alec Pierce, wide receiver for the Indianapolis Colts. The injury to Josh Downs obviously puts Pierce on the map, but this guy's got good speed. He gets good separation. And the offensive scheme that Shane Steichen and Jim Bob Cooter like to run here in Indianapolis uses a lot of vertical routes to push the ball upfield. That's Pierce's specialty. So if you're looking in the late rounds, he's somebody to keep an eye on. And then finally, here you go. Everybody wants to know who the next Puka Nacua is. Maybe it's Jordan Whittington of the Los Angeles Rams. He really stood out in his first preseason game. He had 6 catches for 74 yards, including a really nice 30-yard strike. I'm not saying he is this year's Puka Nacua, but maybe he could be. As for ADP fallers, we open it up with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. People still slighting him. It doesn't matter that Tyreek is a first-round pick. It doesn't matter that people love Jalen Waddle. It doesn't matter that Jonnu Smith is starting to get a little bit of buzz. Tua is on the decline here, especially with some of these rookie quarterbacks jumping ahead of him in ADP. Yes, he's struggled against some of the tougher defenses in the past. So take a look at Tua. If you're looking for a bargain QB and you're waiting in your draft, it's not going to cost a whole lot to get him. And I think he's going to surprise a lot of people here in another year of Mike McDaniel's system. Next on the falling list, Jahmyr Gibbs. This is just like last week when I talked about Puka Nacua. The injury to Gibbs' hamstring right now, he says he's going to play in week 1. We're still not 100% sure about that. We're going to have to watch over the next couple of weeks. Now, his ADP has only dropped to push him into the middle of the second round, which I kind of think that's where he belonged anyway, in a timeshare with David Montgomery. So Jahmyr Gibbs, if you were taking him at the end of the first round, let him fall a little bit. You might be able to grab him in the second. And then finally, last one, Brandon Aiyuk. And the only reason that he's falling is that people are scared to death that he's going to be traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't really think it's that bad of a thing because he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver. I get it. We don't like Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. We don't trust Arthur Smith as an offensive coordinator, but Brandon Aiyuk is still an incredibly talented player with just some weak QB options. And we've seen strong wide receivers succeed with weak quarterbacks anyway. So don't sleep too much on Brandon Aiyuk, but he is falling a little bit. Those are our 3 up and our 3 down. You should always be checking in with everything that we've got over at fantasyalarm.com. And if you don't have that draft guide yet, get it right now. fantasyalarm.com/draft. Comes with the cheat sheets, all of our rankings from me, Andrew Cooper, Jim Bowden. All the content is routinely updated, as are the cheat sheets and our rankings as well. So good luck to you in your drafts this year. I'll see you all in the money.